So the NBA Finals this year, a lot of people think it's locked up with the Golden State Warriors. I do as well, unfortunately. However, there are a lot of other teams this year that just in case the Warriors falter, you can bet on in order to win the NBA Finals. Now, I have the Warriors included in this because you guys would absolutely lambaste me if I didn't. So we're going to through my best bets to win the NBA Finals this year. We're going to go through 5 different teams. So without further ado, let's get into our first one here. It's the Golden State Warriors. I have to put them in. I have to because they're most likely going to win the NBA Finals. Title odds of minus 235. It is August. It's almost September, but it's August. Minus 235 to win the NBA title in August is absolutely outrageous. If you risk $10, you'll make $4. Risk $10 to win $4. Now, that's not the best bet. However, we know that the Warriors are most likely going to win the NBA Finals this year. So if you really just want to make a small amount of cash, just go ahead and put a little bit of money down on the Warriors. Why not? Making money is really nice, especially when it's such a surefire thing as the Golden State Warriors winning the finals this year. So again, you risk $10, you win $4. Their odds minus 235. I'm going to put money down, by the way, and I want to mention this. I'm putting money down on all 5 of these teams that I'm bringing up. So no matter what, I'm going to end up winning some money. I'm going to put down a little bit more money on the Warriors just because winning only $4, it's kind of boring, right, Lena? It's boring to win only $4 on a bet to win the NBA title. So I'll probably put down maybe somewhere around $25 to $50 on the Warriors to win the NBA Finals this year. Let's go to my next team. So now we're getting into teams just in case the Warriors don't win the NBA Finals because there's always a chance. There's a sliver of hope for everyone in the NBA. So let's go to the Houston Rockets. NBA title odds of plus 585, which means you risk $10, you win $58.50. So this Rockets team was so unbelievably close to beating the Warriors last year. If it wasn't for Chris Paul getting hurt or them missing 27 consecutive threes, by the way, Rockets fans, all right, please stop complaining that you guys lost because of the refs. You didn't. You lost Game 7 because your team missed, and I repeat, 27 consecutive three-point attempts. That is why you lost Game 7. Not because of the refs, not because Chris Paul was out, because you missed 27 straight threes. That is why the Rockets lost. That's not going to happen again. And I've mentioned multiple times on this show that I don't think this Rockets team is as good as the team was last year. However, if the Warriors start to deal with some injuries or they start to falter a little bit, the best team in the West that could really jump over them is the Houston Rockets. It's still James Harden. It's still Chris Paul. It's still a great coaching system with Mike D'Antoni, and now Melo's in there. What happens if I'm completely wrong about Melo and he is just fantastic for the Rockets and fits into the system perfectly? They're going to make a real run at the NBA Finals this year. And for my money, at least, for who I'm going to put money down on, I think they are one of the safer bets in the NBA this year to put money down on to win the NBA Finals. You can win about $60 if you put down $10, win exactly $58.50 plus 585 odds for the Rockets to win the NBA title. So they're coming in as my number 2 best bet to win the NBA Finals. Let's go to number 3. What if Melo was the issue? What if the only problem with the Thunder last year was that Carmelo Anthony was such a cancer on the court that the team was just that much worse? I think it's plausible. I think it's absolutely plausible. You have one of the 10 best players in the NBA in Russell Westbrook. You have one of the 15 best players in the NBA in Paul George. You have my number 11 center in the NBA in Steven Adams. Andre Roberson is coming back. We saw what happened to their defense once he went down. They have a couple really nice players coming off the bench into Jeremy Grant or Patrick Patterson. I think the two of them will switch in and out of the starting job throughout the year. They signed someone like a Nerlens Noel to give Steven Adams a little bit of a breather throughout the season. And then they trade for Dennis Schroeder, who is a fantastic sixth man for them to come off the bench. By the way, to all the people yelling at me, Dennis Schroeder is not going to start, and he also shouldn't start. If you're a Thunder fan, you want Dennis Schroeder coming off the bench to be your sixth man. Imagine what this guy is going to be able to do against some of the second teams in the Western Conference. He's going to be a great sixth man for them. Their title odds are plus 4,500. This is a team with 2 top 15 players in the NBA, a good head coach, a great center, a good defensive two-guard, and a good bench. If the Warriors falter, the Thunder could be that team that steps up in their absence. If Paul George and Russell Westbrook continue the chemistry that they had last year, and now that Melo is gone, the offense and defense can really start to open up, you put down $10 on the Thunder. You can make $450. That's easy money. That is easy money. You are risking, a couple slices of pizza to win $450. It's easy money for me. Put some money down on the Thunder, plus 4,500 to win the NBA Finals. Let's go to a couple teams in the Eastern Conference. Let's start with the Toronto Raptors. Kawhi Leonard being on this team now makes them an official title contender. I don't think they were before. I think they are now. Because if Kawhi Leonard is healthy, he is one of the 5 best players in basketball. I didn't have him in my top 5 or my top 10 players in the NBA because we don't know if he's healthy or not. We have reports that tell us he is healthy. We have reports that tell us he looks great. But until I see him on the basketball court, I can't say he's a top 5 player. Just like I can't say that DeMarcus Cousins is still the best center in the NBA. But with this Raptors roster, this is still a fantastic team that is well built, that is well coached, that defends very well, that has multiple role players that can do multiple different things. They add Danny Green to help with their three-point shooting. They bring back a couple great players in terms of Fred VanVleet and OG Anunoby. This is going to be a very fun team to watch. And if Kawhi Leonard is the player that we remember him being, you can make $200 by just betting $10 for the Raptors to win the NBA Finals. Now, the Celtics are obviously in the way of the Raptors in the East, and obviously the Warriors are still there. But the only player besides LeBron James and the Rockets team last year that has come close to beating the Golden State Warriors was Kawhi Leonard when he was on the Spurs. He was the only player that put up a legitimate fight that actually, had a chance. So now that he's on a better team, I think this Raptors team, in terms of overall roster, is better on the last Spurs team that he was on that he actually played. So plus 2,000 odds to win the NBA title with a top 10 player coming in town, I don't think that's a bad bet at all. Actually, I think it's one of my best bets for this upcoming season. I'm definitely putting $10 down on the Raptors to win the NBA title this year. Plus 2,000 odds, that's just easy money. Let's get to my dark horse. Because I talked about a lot of elite teams here, the Raptors, the Thunder, the Rockets, obviously the Warriors. This is my dark horse. It's the Milwaukee Bucks. What happens if Giannis puts up an MVP season, and then all of a sudden, this Bucks team makes a trade for an elite player? We know that Jimmy Butler is unhappy with the Minnesota Timberwolves. What if Milwaukee decides to make a play for Jimmy Butler to bring him in tow to get another top 20 player on this Milwaukee Bucks team? We know that they're willing. They brought in Eric Bledsoe last year. It didn't really work out that well. But overall, we know that the Milwaukee Bucks are willing to improve this team midseason. I think they have a great head coach coming in Mike Budenholzer. We just have to see how this Bucks team plays throughout the year. Because another season of Giannis, maybe they bring in another elite player, another year of Chris Middleton as well. This could be one of the biggest surprise teams of the NBA this year, like we saw with the Utah Jazz last year. The Bucks, for whatever reason, ended up being, the 7th seed in the East last year. This team is so much better than that and has such a better roster and head coach than the 7th seed in the East. Watch out for the Bucks this year. Their NBA title odds are plus 11,000, and they have arguably the best player in their entire conference. Plus 11,000. You put down $10, you can win $1,100 if the Bucks make a run at the NBA title. $10 to win $1,100, that is easy money. I think that's a great bet to put down some money on. Again, go to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code CHAT120 to make your bets today. Get that up to $600 bonus. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've been hosting the Cam Rogers Show on Monday and on Wednesday. I'm hosting NBA Weekly today. Cam comes back for you guys on Friday morning. But before that, remember to watch our NFL game night tonight starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be taking you guys through some of the NFL preseason games. But for now, we'll see ya.